Look, guys, welcome back. I guess the boys are bored because after I laid down today, I took some cold tabs and I laid down. They're now having a friendly tussle over who gets the tchotchke when it comes in. That wolf, the wolf video we made. First, Odin thought it was ugly. He didn't want anything to do with it. But now that he sees that Loki wants it and it's going to be Loki, suddenly Odin has to have it. So they're having a fight. We're gonna have to find neutral territory to put it in. Loki lays claim because he says the big wolf could be Fenrir, and then the two little ones could be the grandbabies, the little grand wolves. So Loki's laying claim to it, and then Odin has to come over sometimes. He just wants to see what he can get. He has to come over and see if he can get it for himself instead. I don't know, man. Norse gods, and they got rid of any of the woo nonsense. We figured out how much nonsense it was. I'm not going to go into it because it might be your special sacred beliefs, but I'm like, okay. I just know that when somebody claims to be a space alien and Jesus, they're a special kind of special, and they're probably never going to be a guest on. God, Loki. I said they're probably never going to be a guest on this channel. And Loki goes, yeah, because she's dead. Ah! Yeah, this woman had a miracle course to teach you how to live forever. Unfortunately, she's dead. I'm so sorry. No, we're not. So it was a thing about have common sense, guys. She was teaching you these 3 secret words you had to go pay for this course for. Keeping my money. Loki said that's a secret word. So he's in high spirits, and somebody asked me, had I ever worked with Hell or had I ever worked with Fenrir or anybody? I have, and Fenrir's lucky in a sense that he's a boy and he's a big wolf, so he could come in and he can work with me more. But with Hell, that brings out Loki's uber protective side with me, and even though Loki and I work all day together, he sees Hell as this delicate little blossom with me. And I'm not allowed near Delicate Little Blossom, even if Delicate Little Blossom wants to work with me. In fact, sometimes she kind of comes in and just kind of stays, and it feels like there's this other deity here that's like kind of like acting as a buffer between her and Loki, because Loki will try to protect Hel and drive her away and not let me work with her or drag me away from her. So it feels like maybe one of her brothers is here acting as, the buffer. And it was funny somebody asked, because as I was laying down and I'm listening to this woo, I was like, ugh. And then I listened to some angel woo, and that was just as ridiculous. And I believe in angels. I don't believe in angel woo. There's a difference. And I was feeling, instead of this angel, I knew very well, I don't know who the hell it was, because when I get sick, I go down and I really, I collapse into my chair and I'm like halfway hallucinating. And I got the idea of a Norse god with gold hair dressed up with angel wings and in like a robe, like they have in like a pageant, like a Christmas pageant. And I knew it was one of the Norse gods, and he kept trying to insist he was my guardian angel. I'm like, dude, angels aren't built like that. Oh, yeah, I'm an angel. It wasn't Thor. Thor couldn't carry it off. Thor would laugh too hard and be on the ground laughing. I don't know who it was. They keep trying to tell me Boulder, but it could have been Freyr or something. I don't know. But it's funny somebody asked, because this wolf was showing up too, and I was like, is this one of my wolves? Because I really go out of it. When I get a cold, you would swear I had some kind of fever from the dark ages and I was dying. I mean, I really collapsed. And there was this wolf with me, and I think it was just Fenrir, like, well, if you're going to die, maybe I can eat you. I mean, I love you. How are you doing today? Because he talks like that with me. He can speak standard English. But for some reason with me, he likes to talk like, he's a wolf that learned how to talk, so he talks like this. So all his words come out like this, and I just kind of look at him and shake my head. He does have a sense of humor. He's a sweetheart. After he gets done being terrifying Fenrir at you, he is really, really sweet. He's the only reason I have a healthy relationship with Tyr, because he He doesn't mind Tyr. He doesn't have any resentment against Tyr. Loki would like to drop Tyr off a cliff, but Loki would like to drop most gods off of cliffs. In fact, some days the only gods Loki could stand are his children, Sigyn, and his brother. Some days. Some days he'd like to drop his brother off a cliff. So it all depends. I go, yeah. And the boys just protected me and blessed me with common sense. Long story short, I had worked on one day and they had to borrow my power cords, and somehow I didn't really realize it. My good power cord walked off. I bought a brand new power cord, guys. It walked off. What was left in its place is something that looked like Dr. Frankenstein tried to make living cords. It's spliced together and everything else, and I'm looking at it and like the electrical tape's like coming unwound. I said to Odin, I said, do you think that's safe to use? He goes, what do you think? So we're throwing that in the garbage. I'm like, we are not using that. We will have a house fire. In fact, there was just an article about a house fire from a faulty power cord, and I'm like, we're not using that. So now I have to go get a power cord, but you know, the boys are at least pushing me in practical directions. And other thing, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but this seems timely too. You know the CFL bulbs? I was using one, and I don't know if it's because it was touching the harp, the metal part of my lamp, or what, but I was starting to get these headaches when I would go in to read. I would start getting these headaches only in that room, and I'm like, well, it has to be something in the room setting me off, right? And there's no scent stuff or anything in there, and I realized there was like this peculiar smell coming from the lamp. I don't know if it was the bulb itself or the bulb interacting with the harp because it was kind of touching the harp. I switched back to those standard bulbs we all kept, you know, those bad ones, those regular light bulbs, incandescent bulbs. I have a stash of them. I have a stash of them. Yeah, I have a stash of them. You can actually buy them now again. You can buy them in the stores because they figured out people aren't recycling these damn CFL bulbs because there's nowhere to take them to recycle them. And if you drop them, you're supposed to do like practically hazardous waste cleanup. And I'm like, I'd rather spend a little more electricity and be able to see than, you know, use these anyways. And the moment I put that old-fashioned light bulb back in, guys, it was like the gods came down from the heavens and you could hear music from Bragi. It was that nice. I set the other lamp in the living room too because it's two freaking bulbs that I switched back out, and I'm like, I'm keeping them that way. So yeah, I switched to regular bulbs. So we're in good spirits. The Wolf Tchotchke shipped already. And I actually made the video the way I did for you guys because my camera cannot capture color changing elements for some reason. I've tried in the past to make you guys fun videos with some color changing stuff I have. My camera cannot see a whole range of colors. I've noticed that there are like 7 or 8 colors of light in the light spectrum that when it's lit up, like a light bulb, it just can't see them. Like I filmed Christmas lights one year at Ogilvy. Took a trip, went to Ogilvy, filmed the Christmas lights. My camera didn't pick up a huge amount of the lights, and I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? So that's why that video was done like that. My camera would actually miss most of the light spectrum. That person's camera might have not had as much detail as mine, but it actually did a better job picking up the light spectrum, so it's kind of a trade-off. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry I sound like on my end stage something, but I get this time of year. The pollen and everything, and, the change and everything else. It's for a couple weeks, it'll be like I had a cold. So, we'll be okay. So if I sound really sick and I'm coughing and stuff on camera, I'm not coming down with something. It's just every year, no matter what I do, no matter how good my diet is, I just get this. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.